Next example, 3 less than a number. 3 less than a number. Less than is a phrase that tells us we're going to subtract. 3 less than a number. Think, for instance, about letting this number be maybe 5. 3 less than 5. $3 less than $5 would leave $2. 3 less than 5 would be 2. Which number is written first? In this case, the numbers are written in reverse order. 3 and a number are the two we're putting together. 3 goes at the end and a number goes at the beginning. Let's use X this time. Three less than a number is X subtract 3. Our third example is a number decreased by 20. A number decreased by 20. Decreased by tells us we're subtracting. We put together a number and 20. A number decreased by 20 is written in the order it appears. Let's use P to stand for this number. P subtract 20. Usually, the numbers in subtraction occur in the order they're written in the words. A number decreased by 20, the variable P minus 20. The difference between a number and 2, the variable N, subtract 2. But in the case of less than, we have to reverse the order. Let's go back to our vocabulary list. And you'll notice that for subtract, we have difference, decreased by, subtracted from, less than, and minus. I've put a brace around subtracted from and less than. These are the two that must be written in reverse order. Reverse order. By far the most common reverse order phrase is less than. Less than is used very often in everyday speech, and when we write the mathematical translation for an expression using less than, we must reverse the order of the expressions from what's given to us in English. I'm going to star this. Really, this needs lots of stars. This is a tough one to remember, but once you catch on to it, it's easy. Recognize that less than is a reverse order. Big red flag here with less than. So let's go back to our example that used less than. Example number 2 was 3 less than a number. Less than means we subtract in reverse order. The 3 that's mentioned first goes at the end. Let's go now to multiply. Does the order matter in multiplying? Remember that multiplication, like addition, is commutative, and so we don't face the problem with multiplication that we have with subtraction. Multiply can be done in either order. The answer for multiply is product. The answer in multiplication is the product. Since multiplication is done before addition and subtraction in the order of operations, we don't have to write parentheses around this expression. Doing so will not hurt, but it isn't necessary. Product is the answer in multiplication. Other phrases that stand for multiply are multiplied by, times, and of in a special structure. If we have a fraction of or a percent of, that means the fraction times the number. For instance, if we have half of 8, half of 8, that means 1/2 times 8, and half of 8, as you know, is 4. So half of 8 means 1/2 times 8, which is 4. A fraction of, or a percent of, means to multiply the fraction by whatever follows of. A special word that means multiply is the word twice. Twice means times 2. Let's look now at some examples. Our first example, the product of 9 and a number. Product tells us to multiply. The two things we're multiplying are 9 and a number, separated by the word and. Let's use x to stand for the number, and we get 9x. Remember that in multiplication there's no need to put a symbol between the coefficient and the variable to mean multiply. The product of 9 and a number is 9x. Next example, twice a number. Twice, you remember, means times 2. Twice a number means 2 times the number. So let's write that as 2x. Another example, 2/3 of a number. This is a fraction of a number, and so the structure tells us to take 2/3 times the number. 2/3 times x. The letter that you choose for your variable is entirely up to you. In all of these examples, I've used the letter x, which, as I mentioned on another tape, is the all-time favorite variable choice. But choose whatever letter you prefer. Next, let's look at divide. Does it matter about the order in division? 12 divided by 4, 4 divided by 12, they're quite different. The order matters, so we'll pay attention to the order in our division problems. The answer in division is called the quotient. Quotient is the answer in division. Other phrases that tell us to divide are divided by and ratio of. In division, there are several different ways to write the division problem, but we will always write the division in fractional form. We are getting ready to work with these expressions in a later unit, and for that reason we want to learn the form that is going to be necessary in that later unit. The division is always written in fractional form in our later work, so we'll start it now.